for you today. One correction and addition are apologies. A name was left out of the program, and so a quick announcement that the character of Brady is played by Damon Kincaid. So we're grateful that he's part of our cast. After our show today, there will be cookies and milk out in that lobby area. We invite you to stay and celebrate the kids' accomplishment. And without further ado, the Herald Angels learn to sing.
Order, order. I must have order in the court.
This isn't a courtroom, Sal.
I know, Jane, but I've got to get the town meeting back on track. Everyone's in a tizzy.
Well, you did kind of drop a bomb on them with that whole no hot dogs allowed in the park rule.
Have you seen the mess people leave when they eat hot dogs? Mustard packets and crusty ends of uneaten buns everywhere.
That rule's going to come back to haunt you Memorial Weekend during the annual Herald Hot Dog Fest.
Always looking for a headline, aren't you, Jane? Can't you just be useful for once and help me get this meeting back on track?
Are you implying that my reporting on the monthly town meetings for the Herald isn't useful, Mayor Thompson?
You know I'm all for journalistic freedom, Jane, but right now all I care about is getting through this agenda.
Fine. Everyone, pipe down. You have the floor, Mayor Thompson.
Thank you. Now, as I was saying, the new hot dog rule only applies to the park areas as designated in the town charter. Yes, Ellen?
What about my house? Can I eat a hot dog there?
Is your house on park grounds?
No.
Then obviously you can eat a hot dog in your own home. Yes, Anna.
Can I still serve hot dogs in my cafe?
Seriously, come on, guys. These questions are ridiculous, and you know it. Let me guess, Natalie. You want to know if the school cafeteria can still serve hot dogs?
Nope.
What is it, then?
You know the Herald Angels?
Best baseball team ever.
The Braidens.
No town is a ball club like the Herald Angels, that's for sure.
Yes, of course I know our beloved Herald Angels. There's nothing our town loves more than cheering them on all summer long. What about them?
Well, you know how the Herald Angels play at the baseball diamond in the park?
Yeah, I never miss a game. So?
So, does the new rule mean there's no more hot dogs allowed at the town baseball games?
No hot dogs at baseball games?
It's an outrage!
A travesty.
Well, if I can't have hot dogs at a baseball game, I'll have to eat Holly's Mint instead.
Hey, cut it out, Willie Chuff. I'm breaking in the new mint for the Winter Classic.
What you doing that for? There's no way the Angels are playing in the Winter Classic.
You take that back, mister.
The Herald Angels have never been invited to play in the Winter Classic.
Besides, who plays baseball in the winter anyway?
Bigger towns with fancy indoor stadiums.
Oh, right.
Baseball's not about winning championships and getting invited to play in some hotshot game 2 towns over.
It would be nice to win a game once in a while, though.
Broken dream, can't she?
Besides, the Herald Angels are really good this year.
You have to say that, Bill. You're the coach.
Hey, I'm the first to admit when we stink, and this year we are.
A rotting mound of garbage?
A total utter embarrassment.
As useless as a third hand on top of my head?
You know, a third hand on top of your head would be pretty cool. We could really upgrade our handshake game.
I was going to say, most years this team doesn't have the greatest record. But with our new team captain, Holly Gray on the mound, things are looking up. And while we'll probably never get the chance to play for the first time in 43 years, we made it all the way to the alternate for the Winter Classic.
Go Holly! And I bet they'll let us eat hot dogs at baseball games.
You know it. Hot dogs! Hot dogs!
Hot dogs! Hot dogs!
We're really getting off topic now, folks. If we don't get through with this agenda, we're gonna be here all night.
No one wants that. Trust me. Jane?
Everyone put a sock in it. If you say so.
Next up on the agenda is the volunteer openings for next week's annual Christmas pageant. Come on, guys, you know this is one of Herald's biggest events of the year. I need everyone to pitch in and do their part.
I've got concessions covered.
Will you be serving your famous double chocolate hot cocoa?
You know it. I've also got spiced nuts, popcorn, and an assortment of Christmas cookies.
I can't wait.
The team and I will handle parking.
Great. We got a lot of out-of-towners for this one, so we're gonna need all hands on deck for parking. What about you, Jane?
What do you mean?
I don't see your name on the volunteer list.
I'll be busy covering the pageant for the Herald Herald.
That doesn't mean you can't spare a moment or two to help out. I'll put you down for the snowball booth.
The snowball booth, but that's the worst one.
That's what happens when you wait to volunteer.
But-
Does anyone from the cast have an update on how the rehearsals are going?
Ooh, pick me, pick me.
All right, Natalie, give us an update.
Well, I got 5 little bars prepared for my role. I've got a sad bar, a happy bar, a silly bar, a thoughtful bar, and a furious bar.
A furious bar? Why would a sheep in a nativity pageant need a furious bar?
You never know. Either way, it's there if I need it.
Fair enough.
The worst possible thing has happened.
Someone must have told Miss Parker about the hot dogs.
What? No, not the hot dogs. Angels.
Since when are angels a bad thing?
Since all the angels in the Christmas pageant came down with laryngitis,
Now that's a headline.
we can't perform the Christmas pageant with no angels. Who will bring the good news to the shepherds?
I'll do it!
A shortstop delivering the message of Jesus' birth? Now that would be a sight to behold.
Actually, it's not a bad idea.
He was kidding, Bill. No one wants to see that.
Hey!
Chaz might be a beloved member of the Herald baseball team, but an angel, he's not.
He's got a point there.
How many angels are out with laryngitis?
10. Why?
10 just so happens to be the number of angels I have, and none of them with laryngitis. We'll do it.
Do what?
The Herald Angels will do the Christmas pageant.
But isn't the pageant the same day as the Winter Classic?
It is, but since there's basically no chance of us playing, I'm sure it won't be a problem.
Visitors come from all over to see Herald's Christmas pageant. You sure your team can deliver?
What we lack in wins, we make up in heart. Isn't that right, Katie? Katie doesn't talk much, but if she did, she'd tell you that the Herald Angels will come through for this town. I guarantee you.
But can they sing?
Can they?
No, we can't.
No, they can't. Not right now, anyway. They can learn.
In 1 week?
Christmas is a time for miracles, is it not?
A small town baseball team transforming into choir of angels in 1 week. This pageant's gonna need a miracle, all right?
No! When you sing Glory to the Newborn King, the fourth note in the measure is a B flat, not a G sharp.
Does anybody know what a B flat is?
I think it's this. No, try again.
No, it's this.
Definitely not that.
I think it's safe to say that none of us know what a B flat is, Mrs. Parker. This is a disaster.
Sorry we're late, Miss Parker. We had a little emergency down at the cafe.
My emergency, and it means she set the griddle on fire. Again.
It was awesome. There's flames everywhere.
Flames? Do tell.
There's nothing to tell. It was just a teensy little flare-up.
No way. It was massive. A huge fireball shot up and completely engulfed the griddle and...
There's no problem. Everything's all good, and it's all put out now.
Well, that's boring.
Anyway, Miss Parker, here's your sheet. Sorry for being late.
Bah.
It's all right. We haven't got any more either.
Is my team giving you a hard time?
Well, let's just say I learned a lot more about baseball than they've learned about B flats.
Look alive, team. You're here to practice.
We are practicing, Coach. My swing has never been better.
You're not here to practice your swing. You're here to practice your sing.
Okay, that was terrible.
Yeah, coach, leave the jokes to us.
I mean, if you wanted a baseball metaphor, you could have just gone with sing for the fences, boys.
Or, hey, batta, 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 sing!
All right, quit goofing around and get your heads in the game.
Our heads are in the game, Coach.
Yeah, the baseball game.
Come on, Holly. I need my team captain to step up and get this team in line. We've got Sam and Alex playing the catch, Mac practicing to swing, Brady playing catcher, Honey and Chaz goofing around, as usual. Casey's the only one who's even looking at the song you're singing, and she's never opened her mouth to speak, let alone sing.
And your point is?
I promised this town that the Herald Angels would come through, and none of you are taking this pageant seriously.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have made that promise in the first place. If you ask me, we should be preparing for the Winter Classic, not dressing up like a bunch of winged harp players.
We get wings.
And harps? Yes!
Come on, team, bring it in. No one in this town is more proud of this team for making it to the alternate in this year's Winter Classic than I am.
Are you sure about that? Did you see what Gary's selling in his gift shop?
It's the stuff of nightmares, Coach.
What is he selling?
Bobbleheads made entirely of a team, made entirely out of crab apples, each holding a bat.
Honey,
I'll go talk to Gary.
bobbleheads aside, as proud as I am for this team making it this far, we have to be realistic. The Herald Angels have never once played in the Winter Classic, not in the entire history of this town, and it's not likely to play this year either.
But Coach, you know how big this game is.
Holly, some things are more important than a game.
If you say so.
And right now, the most important thing is making sure the annual Herald Christmas pageant has its choir of angels.
And I'm afraid we can't do it without you. And by afraid, I mean terrified, frightened. If there was any other choice, I'd take it in a heartbeat.
So I can count on all you to step up to the plate and deliver choir of angels this town has never seen.
Yes, Coach.
Then let's play ball. I mean, let's put on a play.
I'm glad we're finally on the same page, but I planned something out. So let's get this show on the road.
Wait a minute. This is a touring production. No one told me that.
Don't listen to her. She's taking too many pop flies to the noggin.
Ow!
All right, everyone to their places.
Actually, Coach Bill, on this stage, I give directions.
Of course.
All right, everyone to their places. You go here, Clark. You go there. Twins, you come right here. Yes, that's right. Chaz and Connie, I want you as far away as possible.
Do we have to?
But why?
Yes, you do. And you know why. You guys will goof around nonstop, so I need you guys separated.
Yes, Mrs. Parker.
You're the team captain, right, Holly? Yeah. Then I want you front and center.
Great.
That's much better. Now, when we perform the show next week, and it's time for your cue, I want you to follow your team captain, Holly, and take these places on stage. Do you understand?
Yes, Mrs. Parker.
Good. Then let's take it from the shepherd's line right after the choirs of angels appear.
Can we start from mine and just prepare that?
Sure.
Ba.
Where'd you come from? I said, where'd you come from?
Ba.
Angel number 1, it's your line.
Who's angel number 1?
That would be Katie.
Katie.
Yep.
But Katie doesn't talk.
As in never?
As in never ever.
That can't be true. I had her in English class in 9th grade. She talked then.
Oh, Katie's able to talk. I guess she just chooses not to.
Why not?
Just doesn't have much to say.
I don't have that problem. Neither do I.
I guess I can give the line to someone else, but when it's time to perform a song, it's going to look awfully strange to have a choir of angels singing. One of them isn't singing.
I'm sure we can just move it along, her mouth along with the rest of the group. No one will know the difference.
Hell no. But I suppose that I have to do. Clark, why don't you take it from the line for angel number 1, and let's try this one more time.
Ba.
Where'd you come from? Do not be afraid, for I proclaim good news that brings great joy to all the people. What good news is this? Your Savior is born in the city of David. He is Christ the Lord. The Savior is finally here. Here is a clue. You will find a baby wrapped in strips of cloth lying in a manger.
I did.
Did you though? Because a few minutes ago you said,
What a talented group of performers the Herald Angels are. And this is going to be the best Christmas pageant Herald has ever seen. And you can quote me on that.
Gee, thanks.
Now, this is the point where the rest of the angels rejoice in the good news.
Oh yeah, I love to rejoice. Let's party, angels.
I may have spoken too soon.
together now.
Glory to God in the highest.
No, not like that. Try it with more enthusiasm.
Glory to God in the highest.
No. We'll come back to this later. Let's just move on to the song. Now, when we were learning the melody, some of you sounded a little flat.
A little B flat, right, Miss Parker?
Not exactly. I need to establish harmony with the group, so I want all of you to sing the first verse of the song. If I tap you on the shoulder like this, I want you to stop singing. The rest of you will continue until I have either tapped you or indicated that we are done. Do you understand?
Yes, Mrs. Parker.
Then let's begin.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. The herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Would you look at that? Katie has the voice of an angel. Proclaim it.
Katie, I didn't know you could sing like that.
None of us did.
You know, this might be the best Christmas pageant Harold has ever had.
I told you so.
So, as you can see, Jane, everything's coming together beautifully for the big show tomorrow night.
I'll make sure the readers of the Herald Herald are informed.
Those cookies look great, Anna.
Thanks, I've been baking all day.
How's the Della Chocolate Hot Cocoa coming?
I made a test pot this morning and it's chocolatey as ever.
Wonderful. And how are your... whatever these are coming along, Gary?
Those are my brand new inventions. I call them bobbin for appleheads. I have one of each of the Herald Angels. What do you think?
They're...
Something.
Something special, right?
Oh, yes, something special indeed.
What does that smell exactly?
That would be the rotten crab apple. I think it gives them a little extra pizzazz.
Sure, yeah. And it's giving me a splitting headache.
Special delivery.
Ooh, what goodies do you have for us, Ellen? Some of those yummy baked goods you serve at your bed and breakfast?
Nope. Just some crab apples left over from this fall. Think that'll be enough, Gary?
For now. But you know, these babies are going to sell like hotcakes. So if you have any more crab apples laying around the B&B, I'll take them.
You got it. By the way, Sal, you'll be happy to know the B&B is booked solid for tomorrow night.
That's wonderful, Ellen. The out-of-towners just love the Herald Christmas pageant.
I know, Sal.
Then why didn't you write it down?
Because I already know that. I have lived in Herald my entire life, you know.
Sure, but you could still put it in your article.
Journalistic freedom, Sal.
Now, don't worry. I won't make you sing the entire song by yourself. But I would like you to consider singing the last part as a solo.
Good luck with that, Miss Parker.
Before she lets anyone hear her voice.
She's a baseball player, isn't she? I'm sure she's hit plenty of home runs.
Not Katie. She can't hit a ball to save her life. We have to send in a pitch hitter every time.
Well, for this performance, Katie is the pitch hitter, so we'll have to figure something out.
Just letting you know, Miss Parker, you might strike out with her. See, now that's a baseball metaphor. You know it.
All right, Angels, take your places.
Mrs. Parker?
Yes, twins?
Our halos.
That's because you keep playing with them.
Clark and Brady, what are you doing? We're testing all our wings.
We're trying to see if they really work.
Tell me you're trying to.
We're gonna fly.
sing. Now get up on that stage.
Yes, Mrs. Parker.
Mac, you're that bad. No buts.
She said. No, don't, Chaz. You're better than that. You're right, Barney. Thanks. No problem.
Holly, I thought you were the captain of this team.
Yeah, so what?
So I need you to get up there and lead them.
I leave my team on the diamond, not the stage.
I know you would rather be playing in the Winter Classic right now, Holly, but I promise you, if you give this pageant half a chance, this could be a very meaningful experience for you.
I'll take your word for it.
You're the pitcher, right, Holly?
Yeah, so?
And it's the pitcher's job to throw the ball in such a way so the whole team wins the game, right?
What's your point?
Tell me, what kind of ball do you throw to a tough batter, to a batter who could make or break the game, who challenges you every time you step up to the plate?
I'd throw him a curveball.
I'm throwing you a curveball, Holly. You can make or break this pageant. You're the pitcher, the team captain. Your teammates will follow you wherever you go. I hope you make the right choice.
Fine, I'll do the stupid show, but I'm not going to like it.
Good enough for me. Now get up there and take your place.
Fine.
Great, now rehearsal can begin. Mary,
Wait, don't forget about me.
Of course not. We wouldn't forget about you, Natalie.
Bah.
before we get started, I'd like to take a minute and to let you know how proud I am. You've all worked so hard on this amazing story of life, and I know our audience is going to be simply enchanted by your performance. And for our angels, all of you stepped out of your comfort zones. Stepped out of the dugout, if you will, to make this happen. You helped your crown program deliver tradition. The way you learned to sing together in one week is nothing short of beautiful. I will forever be grateful for each and every one of you. And if I do say so myself, a lot of people in town are going to be surprised about how much talent we have. And not only on the ball field, but on the stage as well.
I don't know why, but my eye just started leaking. Mine too. Why would she go into a thing like that?
Payback. But enough with the tears. It's opening night tomorrow, and we need to get this dress rehearsal started. Before we run the entire show, I want to just brush up the scene where the angels appear. We can take it from Katie solo. All right, for today's rehearsal, I'll have the entire group sing the final 2 lines. But I would really like you to think about singing the solo, Katie. You have a beautiful voice, one that needs to be heard. And I can't think of a better place than on the stage, singing about the beauty and wonder of a Christmas miracle. Then, let's take it from the repeat of Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Beautiful.
Just lovely.
I know, right?
Who knew that a bunch of baseball players could pull it off?
I did. Shepard, it's your line.
Where did you come from? Let's go over to Bethlehem and see this place taking place.
Bah.
Great. And that's when our sheep and shepherd exit stage right.
What about us, Mrs. Parker?
Yes, of course, my angels. You're going to...
Play in this year's Winter Classic.
What?
The Kingston Royals are out and the Herald Angels are in.
Yes.
We're gonna cream 'em.
Sure they will. It'll be a grand slam right off this bat.
For the first time ever, the Herald Angels are going to the Winter Classic.
The Herald Angels are going to the Winter Classic.
When do we leave, Coach? I'm ready.
We'll have to leave right away. The tournament starts at... Honey, the tournament starts?
10 a.m.
Right, 10 a.m. So we'll have to leave first thing in the morning.
But what about the pageants?
What about it?
The Christmas pageant and the Winter Classic are at the same time.
So?
So what's going to happen to the pageant if it goes to the Winter Classic? You can't have a pageant without a square of angels.
No, you can't.
In all the excitement, I totally forgot about the pageant.
I'm sure Mrs. Parker understands. This town puts on a Christmas pageant every year, but the Herald Angels have never been invited to play in the Winter Classic before. We can't turn down this opportunity for some silly Christmas show.
It's more than just a silly Christmas show.
Fine, you're right. But you can do it again next year. Besides, most of the town is going to want to come and see us play the Winter Classic. Isn't that right, Mr. Mayor?
Probably.
Then it's settled. The Herald Angels are going to the Winter Classic. Come on, team, let's get ready to win this thing.
I'm so sorry. I should have talked to you first before I made such a team. Make it up to you next year, I promise.
Well, guess you got yourself quite the story now, eh, Jane?
I like the story I was planning to write a whole lot better than this one.
Where'd you go?
And I have 100 Bob and Appleheads sneaking up my kitchen with their pizzazz as we speak.
I just don't see how we can do the pageant without our choir of angels.
I can't even imagine Christmas in Harold without the annual Christmas pageant.
What am I going to tell all of my guests at the B&B who have traveled so far to see the pageant?
I hate to say it, but I think you're going to have to tell them that the annual Herald Christmas pageant is canceled.
Well, that's it. The last guest canceled the reservation when I announced that the pageant was over.
I'm sorry, Ellen.
Yeah, that stinks.
Sure does, but not as much as those Bob and Appleheads.
Hey. Oh, you're right. They stink. Know anyone who wants 100 baseball-playing angels?
Nope, sorry.
Anna?
Can't say that I do.
Oh well, maybe I can turn them into something else. Hey Sal, you're running for re-election next year, right?
Yeah, why?
How would you like Gary's Souvenir Shop to supply your campaign with 100 Bob and Appleheads, all designed to look just like you?
I don't think so.
I was thinking, if you were willing to get a haircut, I could turn like baseball caps into your hair.
I'm not getting a haircut, Gary.
And as for the wings, I think we can make a really cool statement. Like you're soaring into all of our hearts, maybe you're like part eagle.
It's Christmas, Gary. The election isn't for months. Let's just table it for now.
So what I'm hearing is, it's a maybe.
Somebody help me.
At your service, Sal.
Anybody else.
Hey, I'm just trying to be useful for once.
Don't you have an article to write or something?
The Herald can wait. When the mayor calls, I answer.
Okay, I get it. I give you a hard time and you're just trying to help.
Are you saying that you're wrong about me?
Sure.
Didn't need to hear you say it.
I was wrong about you, Jane. You were just trying to help.
Thanks for the quote. I'm assuming it's on the record?
Are you going to write about this in the paper?
Nope, but I am going to listen to it over and over again. I was wrong about you, Jane. I was wrong about you, Jane.
What are you going to do with all of those cookies?
I'll pass them on to the neighbors, probably take some to church, and I'm sure Bill and Natalie will be happy to eat up a few.
Cookies? Did someone say cookies?
Come and get one. You know what? You can all come and get one. There's plenty to go around.
These are amazing, Anna. Yeah, they really are. Can I have another one? Help yourself.
The cookies are amazing, Anna. It's a shame the out-of-towners won't get to try them this time.
Yeah, well, there's always next year. The real question is, what am I going to do with 10 gallons of double chocolate, hot chocolate eggs set and ready to go?
Why is everyone looking so long?
Isn't it obvious?
We're bummed there isn't going to be a Christmas pageant this year.
Move! Hee-haw!
You've got to be upset after all the hard work you put into the show.
I don't know how anyone can be sad when you're enjoying a bite of Anna's famous cookies. Yep, I was right. Pure happiness in every bite.
I appreciate the compliment, but you don't have to put on a happy face for us, Miss Parker. You know how much the annual Herald Christmas pageant meant to
It's a real shame you lost your angels after everything you did to get them ready for the show.
Sure, I'm disappointed. Who wouldn't be? But you know what I realized?
What?
This pageant, this story we tell year after year up here on the stage, it's not about the costumes or the set. It's not about the number of out-of-towners who flock to see it every year. It's not about the refreshments or the souvenirs. It's about a group of people coming together to hear the miraculous story of the birth of Jesus, our Messiah, the one who has spread peace and love throughout the land. And the way I see it, we don't need a group of angels to proclaim the good news here tonight. We have the good news right here. And a group of people. And we can come together now and share with one another the miraculous story of the birth of Jesus. What do you say?
I know what I say. Ba.
Which ball was that?
That was my happy ball.
That's good enough for me. Anna, do you still have some of those delicious double chocolate hot chocolate?
Do I ever?
Then why doesn't everyone grab a cup and join me up here on stage for a reading of the Christmas stories?
Come and get it.
What's this?
That would be a curveball.
Holly, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be at the Winter Classic?
No way. The only place I should be is right here.
But what about the game?
So, a wise man once told me that some things are more important than a game.
Did someone say wise man?
Not that kind of wise man. This wise man once told me that some things are more important than a game.
I told you the Herald Angels would come through this town.
Well, where are the rest of the angels?
Oh, they're coming. They just had to get ready first.
Get ready for what?
An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were absolutely terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for I proclaim to you good news that brings great joy to all people."
Katie, you used your voice.
Something special convinced me needs to be heard. And what better place than right here on the stage, singing about the beauty and wonder of the Christmas miracle.
Well, so does this mean the annual Christmas pageant's back on?
I say, let's play ball.
So, Coach Bill, tell the readers of the Herald what it was like to walk away from the Angels' first invitation to the Winter Classic.
You know, it was a lot easier than you might think, especially when we knew it was waiting for us back home.
So, moving forward, what does the future of the team look like?
The Herald Angels are an amazing baseball team, led by an incredible captain who definitely knows what their priorities are. This might have been the first invitation to the Winter Classic, but I know it will be the last.
Thanks, Coach. Now that's a headline.
So you guys actually went to the Winter Classic, right?
Yep, went there, looked around, and realized the place we needed was right here in Harold.
Then I have to ask, do they have hot dogs at the game?
You know it. Then does that mean that we can have hot dogs at the Herald Angels games this summer?
I suppose I can make an exception.
Yes.
But only for baseball games.
Sorry, Sal. With the pageant back on, I'm going to have to give the people what they want and sell my Bob and Appleheads as is. I don't have any left to use for your campaign.
Aw, that's too bad. I just come around to the idea of a Mayor Sal Bob and Applehead.
Oh, don't worry, Sal. I have tons of crab apples laying around the B&B. I'll bring a bunch over to Gary later so he can get to work right away.
No, really, I wouldn't want you to go through any trouble on my account.
No trouble at all, isn't that right, Gary?
No trouble at all. In fact, I just came up with a few more ideas for those wings. If you want to go for a medieval vibe, we could paint you bright colors and make it like a dragon. Or if you want to get a haircut, we could fold the wings over top of the hat and make it look like a mohawk.
Gary, I'm not getting a haircut.
How's it going up there?
Everything's ready. We're all in the costumes and the set is back together.
What about you guys? Are you guys ready?
We're as ready as we'll ever be.
Then I guess it's time for the Herald Angels to sing.
Proclaim it.
Let's do this.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic cause proclaim,
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce the players of the Herald Angels Learn to Sing. Starting with the children who played the Nativity Kids, we have William Alexander, Natalie Cady, Evie Kropidlowski, Theo Parker, and Ryder Ross. Take a bow. Next, we have, who played Mary, Joseph, and the Shepherd, Isabella Ross, Dylan Millard, and Rosie Millard. And now the people who played the Herald Angels, Gracelyn Alexander, Sam and Alex, played by Audrey and Katie and Augie Parker, Mac Clark and Brady, played by Majenna Johnson, Penny Kropidlowski, and Damon Kincaid. Connie and Chaz, played by Ella Simon and Natalie Wells. Katie Tallmans, played by Natalie Wooten. Holly Gray, played by Kaylee Tippett. And now Ellen and Gary, played by Cass Witkowski and Caden Talbot. Coach Bill, played by Brady Talbot. Anna, played by Kenley Simon, and Natalie, played by Faith Wooten. Mayor Sal and Jane, played by Connor Wells and Skylar Swanson. And Mrs. Parker, played by Maya Smith. All right, first off, Tracy and I would like to thank, a special thanks to a few people here. Set team, thank you, Julie and Jason Cady, for designing and painting the backdrop, as well as Ken Tippett, Scott Talbot, Eric Simon, and Jason Cady for locating and lugging in all of our set pieces, assembling the stage, killing their back so that our kids could put on this show. It's a very big job, but every year for the past several years, they have taken on this enormous task, and we appreciate them so much. So thank you, everybody, for the work that was done for the set team. We really do appreciate it. Tech team, thank you to Melissa Partridge for creating the baseball uniforms you saw up here on the stage today. And to Tim and Shannon Ross for assisting in the costuming this cast. And thank you to Kevin Witkowski and Mark Sylvester, who worked with us on our lights and our sound needs so that each one of our kids could be seen and heard. And thank you again for our producer, Emily Talbot, who comes back year after year to help wrangle kids, read lines, and just generally keep this train on the tracks. We couldn't do it without you. And thank you to Dave and Pastor Kelsey Parker and Pastor Dave, for working with the kids on Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And thank you, Pastors Dave and Kelsey Parker, for support for this ministry and letting us take over the sanctuary for 6 weeks while we put this all together. We could not have done this without your support. Thank you, too, again, very much for everything. And before we say goodbye, one special thank you to Maya Smith, who Maya Smith is a senior this year, and she doesn't go to King of Kings, but she came in to help out with our show, and I've known Maya since 7th grade, and she's a very special person. The glue has kept this whole show going together. I'm very grateful to be able to work with her, and everyone in the cast is very grateful to have her to be here and to show her talents and showcase everything for us. So thank you so much, Maya. You mean a lot, and we appreciate you. Thank you. And with that being said, thank you, everybody, for coming out, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.